All right. Okay, you're live.
Okay. All
So
right.
hopefully it'll go.
Okay. Well, let's hope. Let's hope so.
Yeah.
Try it again.
We're trying it again. So it's Friday night. We're doing this live. We're having little issues with connection. So hopefully this will hold up. We're going to do the giveaway. Hopefully we'll get enough time in here that we can do the giveaway. We want to do a Q&A if there's people out there that have questions on Ryan's trailer or anything that we've been doing videos on or anything at all. We're happy to answer questions for you. Let's see. We're going to be heading back home to Arizona. We'll be back on Monday morning. But I'm not sure we'll have a video on Monday. It all depends what happens in the next couple of days. So you guys, we've been doing a lot of videos this week. So if you guys don't see a video on Monday, you definitely have one on Wednesday. But we're going back to a whole bunch of stuff that we need to clean up. And that'll be all day Sunday and into Monday. So not sure about a video on Monday this next week. So, but we might have one. I'm not sure yet. So anyway, does it look like there's people coming in?
Slowly.
Good deal. Good. So if you guys have questions, shoot them out to us. Tomorrow we're actually going to be over in Manteca again, carving at the fruit stand. If you guys are anybody in the area, come on by. It's Jacktone Road and Highway 120. What was the name of the fruit stand? Like Nature's
Corner.
Nature's
I think.
Corner. Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. Anyway, if you guys live around here, you know exactly where
They
it's at.
have the best pies and
Oh,
fruit.
yeah.
I love that
Their
place.
pies are great. We had a strawberry
Strawberry rhubarb. Oh my gosh, it
Really,
was delicious.
really good.
Phenomenal.
Hi,
Excellent.
Paul.
So, how are you gonna do the giveaway, babe?
We're not ready for the giveaway.
We're not ready for
I've got all the names. I've got all the entries. So
Okay. All right. So, what do you want to fill time with? We got any questions out there?
Wasn't there a question on the whitewash? Didn't somebody have a question about something? No?
Seems like
It
well, there
was-
was quite a few
There was a
comments.
few. Yeah, there's a
Quite a
couple
few
questions. I
comments
can't
on it.
remember what the questions were though. Oh yeah.
What?
That my wife just made some charades motions and reminded me. There was somebody
Hi,
that had
Rach.
said, "Huh?
Rachel's on watching.
Oh, hi, Rach." There was a question about actually whitewashing the board and then carving it, and
Yeah.
I don't know how that would work because once you whitewash it, then you have to spray it to lay it out, and then you'd have to whitewash it again, basically.
Yeah.
So I mean, I haven't tried it, but I don't see how that would work.
The only way that I can see that would work is if you laid it out with carbon paper or pencil or whatever, and then you didn't plan on making the carving black. Because the way we normally make the carving black is spray it and then sand it off.
Yeah.
So once you whitewash it, then you can't sand it. So theoretically, if you whitewash the board first, and then you laid it out with a pencil or something, and you carved all that away, and then you took black paint with a brush, and you painted all your carving, or left the carving natural color, then you could get away with it. But if you wanted the carving black, we generally spray that and sand it off, so that kind of eliminates the whole whitewashing.
Just seems like it would be
Situation.
really time consuming to paint each letter individually.
However, now that I think about it, theoretically, you could whitewash your board, you could cover the whole thing in painter's tape, you could do your layout on top of your painter's tape, then and then carve through the painter's tape, then spray it, and then pull the tape off.
Yeah, you could.
Theoretically, that might work. You might have some touch up here and there, but theoretically, that might work. I've been wanting to do something like that with some other boards that are already rough and different things. So that's always might be a backup plan for you. If you've got a board that you want to leave the way it is, cover it with painter's tape and do your carving through the tape, your layout on top of the tape, and then you're carving through the tape. That might work.
Yeah.
somebody was asking about the paint to water ratio on the.
Oh, it's 50-50. That's what we use. You can make it a little thicker, a little thinner, but we just use 50-50. and it seems to work pretty well.
And that was just regular house paint, right?
Yeah, just regular flat
Latex house
latex paint.
Yeah, yeah. But it was flat, not. It works better as flat.
Yeah.
Somebody else had mentioned in comments too that that we might try this is the steel wool set in vinegar for a period of time, and then it becomes rusty, and you use that instead of stain.
Yeah.
And then you whitewash on top of that. Would save the whole staining process.
Terry Hubbard said, "Love your trailer."
Who said that?
Terry Hubbard. Let's see. So let's see. We got Kentucky, Canada, Oklahoma, Lake Stevens, Washington, Ohio. Question on the trailer: is hearing protection needed in a small area? Wanting to build one myself.
No, not for me. I mean, I don't.
I couldn't hear what you said, so.
God, that's a dad joke.
That's all right. I've been
It's
talking
all
to my mom all for the last week, and she can't hear anything.
You know, it becomes kind. I know Ryan said not for him. It becomes kind of a personal preference.
Yeah.
If you tend to want to use hearing protection and and a respirator, if you're comfortable with that, then we absolutely recommend it if that's what you want to do. So it becomes kind of a personal preference. It's always good to be safe. We always promote that, but that doesn't mean that's necessarily the way we do it.
All right. Somebody also asked how you entered the drawing for the sign. You had to email me your name so that I could get you on the list, but that's all done and over. So
Gotta wait till next Christmas.
yeah.
We might do another giveaway in the spring or something. We'll see.
For Easters.
No Easters.
No Easters.
No Easters. Eric, where do I get the reflective glass you were talking about yesterday?
You know, I've got to get that. I've got to get a hold of McAnally, Jim, my old brother-in-law. I will find that. I will let everybody know where the source for that is this next week. I'll find that. I didn't get it from Jim before I left.
I would say check Amazon.
But you probably could just, honestly, you probably could just Google it. You could probably Google it or Amazon. Just look for reflective glass bead, and it looks like salt. In fact, we used to keep it in a salt shaker.
Somebody asked if you carve in your trailer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I carve on site because we've done a couple events where we don't carve. We just bring stock signs and different things. And most of the time, those are not near as productive or profitable. Carving on site it brings people to you. You know, it makes people.
They like the sound of it, yeah.
Yeah, they like the sound. And
Question for Ryan. On the rustic flag he carved, what was the process for carving the stars, leaving the wood color and leaving the surface of the board black? Thanks, Rick from Tennessee.
Oh, so basically what I did is I carved it out, but because I have the burn holes in the flag, for the burn holes I use a profile on everything, and then the burn holes I use the 90-degree bit to give it a little bit of a texture. But then where the stripes are, and then the background of the stars, I use the spiral upcut. You gotta be careful. You can take out some stars quick. And then I just spray the whole thing black, and I give it a half-hearted sand. And that's it. But on the other one I did, where it's red, white, and blue, I did it just like you would do a normal flag, and then I did the blue and then the red, and then I had to do the burn holes by hand with a paintbrush with black, and then I just sprayed a little bit of black on it, just to kind of make it look dirty and beat up, and that's it.
Someone says I'm stealing someone's idea. That trailer is a great idea.
Honestly, it's awesome. We've done events, loading everything in the back of the truck, and it's rough. It's doable, but it's rough.
Yeah, the trailer is definitely the way to go.
Yeah.
If you're going to go out and do stuff on site, and that's what I grew up doing, and that's I was talking to Jim McAnally the other day, the trader, my old brother-in-law, and see, that's what I grew up doing when I was a kid. I was laying out signs for Dad and his assistant, and so that's the reason we you know, a lot of you guys do your layout with computer stuff and the Rapid Resizer and Corel Draw and Inkscape, and that stuff's great. It's awesome. But I grew up in a situation where we had to have layout letters because we had to do the layout super fast. We had to be able to kick a sign out within 15 to 20 minutes. And having a computer system to do your layout and having to figure the transfer and all that just isn't really applicable on-site carving. But if you're not carving on-site, that stuff's great. It's perfect. It's awesome. But on-site carving, that's where layout letters really pay for themselves because it's so fast.
Yeah.
Oh, these guys are connecting. They live close together.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
That's cool. Excellent.
Any other questions?
With the trailer, I will say, if you build it yourself on a flatbed, get the shell built and everything, and then take it for a drive before you start loading it up, because it's a little bit nerve-wracking taking it out the first couple times.
Yeah.
Joyce Ann says, is carving through painter's tape, do your bits tend to dull any faster than normal?
I haven't noticed that they dull. They will load up a little bit. They'll get a little of that glue on there. You just keep them clean. I use, again, a brass wheel and my Dremel, and they clean right off. But you could probably do it with thinner or acetone or something like that. So I don't think they really dull. I haven't noticed that. They just get kind of loaded up. You've got to be sure to keep them clean. After I do my layout, by the way, I do my painter's tape, then layout. Then I will probably cover the whole thing with packing tape, 2-inch clear packing tape, and that makes your router base slide really smooth.
But the tape will lift up. At least for me it does.
Yeah, it can.
It's kind of a pain.
It can. You got to keep it down.
Eric, what do you think about foos bits?
Foos, bits?
Foos?
Don't know about them. I've heard of them, but I've never used them.
They're not as good as Dad's. Dad's are the only bits I use.
Oh, very good. Do we have to pay you for that?
Just saying.
Ooh.
That's right.
No, I've heard of foos bits, but I've never really seen them. Foos bits? I'm assuming that's a manufacturer. I really don't know. I've heard the term, but I've never seen them, and I don't really know.
It's because only foos use them. Right?
Eric or Ryan Garrett.
Good one, son.
Just saying.
Oh.
I pity the food.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
Good job, son. You got me going. Anyway.
Eric, you have had trouble. Have you ever had trouble with your vinyl sticking to the boards after using sanding sealer?
Vinyl sticking to the boards after I've used sanding sealer. No, I have had problems with the vinyl sticking to the board, but I don't think it had anything really to do with the sanding sealer. It's just the vinyl came off in pieces, and so it was kind of a pain to get it all off.
He is like his grandpa, yes.
Oh, thank you.
Michael Griggs.
Michael
Michael Griggs says reflective glass beads on Amazon, 2 pounds for $20.
There you go.
That seems like
And so what you do is you paint your outset letters, and then while the paint is still tacky, you just kind of sprinkle it on there, and it sticks. And then you just take the leftover off, and then you put that back in your container. And then when light hits it, after it dries up, when light hits it, it reflects back like they do on highway signs. We used to use it all the time.
Is hackberry wood hard to carve?
I've never carved hackberry. I really don't know. I do not know. It sounds hard.
It does. It sounds like a hardwood.
Yeah. It sounds messy. Maybe put whipped cream on it.
Oh my gosh. Gwenny, come here, Gwenny.
Mom's done with the questions.
Yeah, I think we're
Okay, guys, we got to take a break. These guys are starting on a roll. And I'm exhausted, so. It doesn't matter. You're not gonna. All right, we're gonna do the drawing. We don't have this sign with us because we didn't want to put it in the car and drag it along with us. So, hackberry is very hard wood.
Somebody does know.
See? That's how
Have
good
you
we are.
ever
We can tell by
carved
the name.
wormy maple?
Wormy maple? No, but I've been wanting to. It's
Oh,
gorgeous looking
Is
stuff.
all like hackberry and wormy maple? Is that all in a different area?
Never a dull moment. You got
There's
that
not-
right, Rocky.
There's not a bunch of it around here, I don't
Yeah.
think.
Okay.
But it's furniture makers use it. You know, it's more
Oh, okay.
used a lot
Hi,
for
Tim.
cabinets and that stuff. Not hackberry, I don't think, but wormy maple for sure. Tabletops, it's really cool looking
All right. So now what we did was everybody sent me an email, and I have all these names. Wait for it. On these papers.
Here,
Ooh,
you want me to find it?
no, I don't. I want to do it. All right,
That's
Gwenny.
all right. How do
Go
they know
stand
what
by
you're
your dad.
doing out there?
Huh?
How do they know what you're doing behind the camera?
I'm not doing anything behind the camera. Okay, so this is Gwenny. Have we got all of it? Can you get behind it?
Hi, baby.
Not really. There's a
All
camera
right,
in here.
so Gwenny, I have in here 184 names. Okay.
Okay, first of all, have you read those names?
No.
No,
Yeah,
nobody's
I've seen
seen
those
this but
lists.
me.
All I saw was her go woo with the camera. That's
Okay.
all I've seen.
All right, so
Don't refer to mom as her.
yes,
She hates that.
I hate being
My
called her.
grandmother.
Yes, there we go. All right, so you are going to pick a number,
Okay.
a random number. No, this has not been scripted, from between 1 and 185.
Okay. I thought you said there's 184.
I added, so you have to make sure.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay,
Okay,
so random
I know.
number right now.
okay. 137.
All right, 137. Wait,
It's Amy Roden. She won.
137?
Yeah.
That's right, babe.
All right, wait a minute. I don't know. Okay, watch this. 137 is
Is it?
Dave Olson.
Woo!
Dave Olson.
Right.
Yay.
So,
Dave Olson.
Dave
Are you
Olson.
listening? Are you watching, Dave?
yes, Dave
Dave
Olson
Olson.
is the winner of the sign.
Good job, Dave.
Dave
Way
Olson.
to email in your
Oh,
name.
I hope he lives in Phoenix and not in Austria.
No kidding.
Oh, yeah. So, Dave Olson,
Congratulations, Dave
congratulations.
Olson.
I don't know if
So-
you can see that, but
Yeah.
yeah. All right, boo boo.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Thank you, Gwen.
Thank you, Gwenny.
Good job.
I know, I did so good.
Dave thanks you, I'm sure.
Yes, he does. So, anyway, congratulations, Dave. Anybody else have any questions?
So you have all Dave's information somewhere, right?
I've got it.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Do that again.
So Dave will be shipping that out this coming week. It's all ready to go. I got a finish on it. It's all ready to go. What the heck
What?
is that?
My wife making fart noises.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Totally out of control here.
No, you're not supposed
Oh,
to say
sorry. Flash your light
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So, what else? We'll probably, if we have a video on Monday, it'll probably either be because we can't go live tomorrow on site. If we go live
Too
tomorrow,
many, Glenn.
huh?
Nothing.
If we can go live tomorrow, you guys will see us on Saturday going live from out there
Oh,
on site.
he is here. Dave's here. He's
Dave's
excited.
here. Where are you from, Dave? Want to know where I gotta ship it to? So if I can do a live tomorrow, if Vicky can, from the from on site, then we will. If not, I may store it in my phone and then post it on Monday's video.
Luther says he could send you a piece of wormy.
Wormy maple, I would love it. Is that Luther?
S-E-A-Y.
Yeah, S-E-A, yeah.
See?
I'd love to carve a piece of wormy maple. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it a lot lately on woodworkers on Instagram making tabletops.
Darwin J says, I can send you some worms.
And I got maple syrup, so yeah,
There we go. Make it work.
I got some custom syrup, Guy sent me some syrup he made off of his property.
It's so good too.
Oh, man,
Is it good?
it's amazing. Yeah. Okay.
Dave, where are you from?
Where are you from, Dave?
When's the next sign carver of the day? Probably Wednesday.
Probably Wednesday. Yeah. Monday or Wednesday.
Luther says be watching your mailbox. He's going to send you some of that.
Thanks, Luther.
Awesome.
Definitely looking forward to it.
Gary Zellner said I'll send you some wormholes. Dave's in Sandy, Utah.
Sandy, Utah. Excellent. Good deal.
So you don't have to send it to Canada or Austria.
I was sweating that because it's
I
huge.
know.
It's big. That would have cost a few dinero there.
Yeah,
I'd had to send
that's
it
all right.
international, but all right, Sandy, Utah. It's on the way, Dave. I'll ship that out probably Tuesday or Wednesday. So I got to build kind of a crate around it, make sure it gets there safe. So any other questions? Anything we can answer for you? Everything's going good. If you guys have any issues or anything, you know how to get a hold of us.
It's going to be
Eric@makeitwoodsign.com. We'll be doing more live videos, I think. And I want you guys' feedback. Give me your honest feedback. I'm probably still going to do it anyway, but I want to know your honest feedback on these things that I've done, traveling around, talking to other sign carvers and stuff. Let me know what you guys think of that. I'm still gonna do a lot of demos and that kind of thing. We're still gonna do these Friday lives. Still don't have an official title of them yet, but we'll be doing another one next Friday with Dad, right? Yeah, yeah.
That'll probably be the last one of the year though because of Christmas and New Year's.
But
anyway, we'll figure that
out as we go along. But next Friday we'll do one back in Arizona with Dad, and we'll do some questions, and we'll have some questions if you guys don't have any. So
Carol Graves says, just wondering, what would a sign like the giveaway one sell for? Like what would be a good price to charge?
gosh, Jason did so much work on that. I know he had hours in it. If I were to make something like that start to finish, it'd have to be $250, $300 easy. Because there's just a lot of work on that, all the laser work and the LEDs and all of the stuff that he did. My part of it really was fairly fast. Jason spent a lot more time on his part of it than I did on mine. I would say that's at least $250 to $300 for that sign.
Yeah. Somebody asked about my mom. She's doing well. Started radiation treatments this week, so she's doing great. Doing good. The gentleman, Luther says that's the least I could do. I have learned so much from you great people, from sending you that wood.
Thank you, Luther. Thank you so much.
Darwin, I will definitely try to keep them in line, but you have no idea how hard it is. I'm having trouble, Bill says, I'm having trouble laminating the boards. I always have gaps in the ends.
Okay.
Do you have a full video on getting the boards done with a joiner?
I use a joiner, but I don't know that I've ever done a video using the joiner with those boards. So, there's a lot of videos actually out there within the woodworking community that do that. But a joiner is really a tricky deal, man. You got to have it set just right. But here's the thing: is that if you have sometimes boards will match up better. I've found my boards will match up better, and I'm not really super good at it. But sometimes I have to run the board through the joiner 2 or 3 times and make sure that I've got pressure on the back part where where you first feed it in, so that it doesn't dip on you. I'm not sure exactly what your issue is.
What if you like that little planer I got, the little handheld planer? If you clamped it on its side and ran that from start to finish.
I don't know. It's possible. It's possible, but it depends on how long your board is. If you got a 3 or 4 foot board, then you'd have to build an in feed table and an out feed table, and have it mounted in the middle. You'd have to have a table to run into and a table to run out.
No, I mean actually clamping the board down, right? Because it's only 2.5 inches wide. If you clamp the board down on its side,
Yeah.
and then
With the edge up.
with the edge up, and then you took
Oh,
that
I
little
thought you were-
planer and just walked across.
Maybe, but you'll notice that when you use a hand planer like that, it's really easy when you get to the end. It's really easy for it to dip once you get
Okay.
close to the end.
What
But
kind
if
of
you did it longer, if you started, this is a really good conversation. If you did it longer, to where it was
You cut it out.
6 inches long on both ends, then maybe you trim it down. Then you might have a good flat deal. It's a good idea though.
Hi everyone, Eric. I've watched your video on using freezer paper to do transfers, and you said you spray silicone on the paper before printing. How
Yeah.
long after spraying do you wait to print? 5 or 10 minutes.
No, I don't even wait. I do it immediately. Yeah, I don't wait for the silicone to dry. That's not really the point. Once it's there, it's there. You can wait 30 seconds or 30 minutes. Doesn't really matter. Once it's there, it should be there. But I try to do it right away. So because I just don't want to get my fingers on it. So once I spritz it on there and then just kind of rub it around like you guys have seen on the video, then I run it through right away. And then, I try to be ready. Right after that, I try to be ready to do my transfer on the board.
All right, Clark's asking a question. I need some 1-inch Times Roman letters. Is that something I can call you for? Yeah, call Clark, but call next week. Talk to me.
Clark Ward?
Yeah.
Hey, Clark.
Somebody asked if we've come up with a name for this Friday night thing yet. Glenn says, I think it's called The Queen and Her Minions. I like that one.
No.
I don't like that one at all.
It might be the Queen and her court, but not minions.
Yeah.
I'm not
I like a minions. I like minions. Bruce Peters asked that. Friday evening live. I've just been typing Friday live with Dave and Eric, or Friday live with Ryan and Eric and Ryan, or whatever. Darwin J says all of us should schedule a meeting or get together once a year in Colorado. That's halfway for everyone.
I would love that.
I would do that.
I would love that. I don't know if it's
You gotta take us fishing though.
Yeah, I don't know if that's quite halfway for people in Norway or Scotland.
Yeah.
It's a little past halfway.
But hey,
Oh, Victoria Mueller's daughter's in labor. She's in labor and delivery.
Oh, congratulations, Grandma.
Darwin says it's still hunting season.
Well, I definitely wouldn't be doing it in the winter time. We'd have to do it in the spring or summer. when it's
Somebody else
sunny.
said, and I kind of scrolled past it, but said we should be taking that sign to Dave Olson and do another live. Yeah. No.
Yeah, that
No.
would be fun.
No.
I don't think it's gonna happen. Got a few other things that we gotta take care of first.
Clark, I doubt it, honestly. I need it done by the 24th. Is that possible? I mean, my project should be done by then. Do you think that's possible? I would probably say no, because those have to be created in a file, cut. So
Probably running out of time.
we're running
Clark,
out of time.
Can you print them out, Clark? Can't you just print them out and transfer them onto the board what you want? I mean, I think that's probably the way I'd go.
Yeah, we're talking, yeah. It's going to take me 4 or 5 days just to get them, be able to get to them.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think we're going to be kind of buried when we get back.
oh, thanks for the help with the Paradise, California fire. California fire.
You're very welcome. A lot of prayers going
Just
on.
want to thank you again for what you do. I've watched all your videos up to newsletter 201. I'll catch up soon. Michael Griggs.
Michael?
Michael.
Wow.
Yeah, started
Wow.
way back. Okay, boys.
Okay, I guess we're, the Queen says we're about done here. So, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Again, you might see us tomorrow. If we can get a signal over there, we'll do a live right from the event. Carve some signs, do some stuff. Eat some pie, maybe. I don't know. Maybe we're
Darwin
gonna pie.
says, Darwin says, I follow Gwen. Nice songs she's got. You guys should check it out.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you, Darwin.
Daddy's little retirement plan.
Alrighty. Thanks,
Okay,
you guys.
Thank you so much. We love you all. We so appreciate you. And give me some feedback on these lives and the Q&As and these interviews with other sign carvers and stuff. I want some feedback. So email me, eric@makeawoodsign.com. That is it. We're out.
Thanks,
stop
you guys. Merry
bloviating.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas,
guys.
everybody. We'll see you either tomorrow or Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye.